Hello, people of the internet. Today I'm gonna be torturing myself by playing skyblock in Terraria. And to make things more interesting, I'm going to add a death counter. And feel free to try and guess how high it goes. This is a pretty blind playthrough of the skyblock map, and I have no idea if there's like anything out there. And so I just decided to start getting to it and chopping trees. The basic premise of the early game here is literally just to chop as many trees as you can, so most of this game will be waiting. However, eventually you can start getting different types of grass and also start fishing. But that will probably come later on, given the fact that, well, we don't have any bait right now. But there's always a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. And, I would accidentally stumble across my way to get bait. Nothing left to do, I just decided to jump into the void.
Take two. To kick off this video, I decided to try and copy something I saw in an easy speezy video, but I ran out of wood pretty quickly, and out of nothing but sheer boredom, I jumped off the skyblock to see if there was anything notable down there. There wasn't. After respawning, I optimized my platform by leaving a 1-block gap in between each one, and with the recovered wood I bridged out to see if I could find anything else out there. I did this for a very long time, until eventually I reached my end, adding another death to the counter. Back at spawn, my luck got even worse as the housing I tried building didn't even work. I had wasted about 30 minutes of my time. To cure boredom, I used the emote menu for the first time ever, so that's something. When day broke, I immediately started to extend the platform in hopes that the slimes would spawn and I could finally progress. God damn it! Some amount of luck went my way when I saw a tree had grown back on the surface, allowing my miserable existence to be temporarily comforted by being occupied. And finally, a slime spawned in. Maybe we didn't have to fight, maybe we could live together. Maybe... Nah, I killed him for his sweet sticky flesh. Now pay attention to the guide arriving, because moments later he decided he didn't like me, and I decided I didn't like me either, and I joined him. We quickly got cold with the guide. He's much cooler, but still a little bit racist. Having extended my platform as far as I can go, I waited for night, and while I'm AFK, I somehow ended up adding to another one of the corpses in hell. Now, my method for storing money here is literally just stacking it on top of my roof like pizza. I have no other way to store it. Now my day is filled with a little more than deforestation and jump into my death. It has genocide now. This for 40 minutes, please help. Having gathered more wood, I started on a house for the only other NPC I get in this world, the merchant. Now, the merchant is going to be a pivot for most of the game's progression, as he sells very specific items. Rope. No, it's the bug net, and that allows us to take yet more innocent creatures' lives. Fishing will help us get a decent portion of what skyblock has to offer, and if we can get it working, it will dramatically improve our lives. At this point, I still can't really defend myself, and I mostly just try to kill zombies while I wait for day to come. Eventually day does come, and then the zombies finally leave, allowing me to quickly collect my money so I can attract a merchant to move in. After a short amount of waiting, Humphrey is here. Moves in, and finally I can slowly progress. Having the merchant allows us to have access to some of the most important items, like the aforementioned bug net, but also a slight upgrade in weapons such as the sickle also opens up another block rust to mess about with. Amongst some of the other items in a small array is the piggy bank, which can act as our only chest, and the miner's helmet, which will be our only way to get more defense. In celebratory fashion, we jump off into the void. Now, over time, we've accrued a small amount of graves on our platform, which will slowly lead me to the conclusion of how we can get bait by having a graveyard biome. Let me explain. When 6 or more graves are in an area, it creates a graveyard biome, and this can spawn a small range of mobs, but most importantly, it can spawn in maggots, which can be caught and used as bait. Armed with this knowledge, I repeatedly ran into the graveyard biome and got killed over and over and over again. Eventually, at 26 deaths, I managed to get 2 maggots to spawn in, which was to my delight. I managed to grab one, however, before I could grab the other, a demon I killed it. God, it took me 2 hours to get it. I've gotten some bait, I prepared to start fishing, however I needed to move my water source to make it deeper because in the current state it will not allow me to fish. Bear in mind at this point I still thought it was going to be a gamble whether or not I would be able to fish with so little water. After a while of attempting to fish with little to no success, I saw something interesting at the bottom left of my screen. Slimes were falling from the sky. This event means that slimes will fall down from the sky, as the name suggests, but also have a massively increased spawn rate. This may allow us to bypass fishing. Another explanation. So when slimes spawn in, they have a low % chance that they'll spawn in with an item inside them, and when you kill them, you'll get it. Now this can be arranged from potions or ores to even bombs. Remember that for a bit. When fishing, you can fish up bomb fish, which are essentially just regular bombs, but when you combine them with dirt, you get dirt bombs. Are you still with me here? So when we throw dirt bombs, they spawn in a small area of dirt, essentially duplicating the dirt as long as you have enough bombs. Usually at the end of a slime rain, King Slime spawns, and however, in this instance, he didn't. This could probably be because there wasn't enough space, so the game just ignored it. Now at the end of this all, what was our haul? Well, for the fruits of our labour, we got 7 bombs. Hooray! I crafted some dirt bombs, being careful to have at least one of each type of grass block, and I started detonating them. I'd finally gotten enough dirt to have all 3 types of grass on the island, and I could start to grow a flourishing community.